Hello students, in the last lecture we have discussed about the water, right? So in that water we have discussed about the structure of water and some physical properties, and along with that some structure of ice and some chemical properties of the water. Okay, and now coming to the next topic, that is the hard and soft water. Hard and soft water, right? Okay, so what is this hard water and what is the soft water, right? Okay, simply you know that the hard water is nothing but whenever it is mixed with the water, okay, or whenever it is the soap is dissolved in the water, if it doesn't give any foam to the water, okay, or it doesn't impart any foam for the water, then you can say it as a hard water. Okay, if suppose it gives a very good leather means foam, right? Okay, or like bubbles, some soapy, okay, and then you can say that if it is gives very good leather, right, or foam, you can say it is a soft water, right? Okay, and you know very well these things, and when you roam across your nearby cities or villages, you can see, and in some places generally the water cannot give any foam or leather to the సోప్, రైట్? ఓకే, అంతే కదా. కొన్ని దిక్కులో మనం వెళ్తే ఏమవుతుంది, ఆ వాటర్ అనేటివి అసలు ఎంత సోప్ యూజ్ చేసినా కూడా దే కెనాట్ గివ్ ఎనీ ఫోమ్, ఎలాంటి నురుగను అవి ఇవ్వవు అన్నమాట, లెదర్, రైట్? ఓకే, బట్ సమ్ వాటర్ దే కెన్ గివ్ వెరీ గుడ్ లెదర్ with the soaps. Okay, so those water you call it as a soft water. If whatever the water, if it doesn't give any leather or foam, you can say that is the hard water. Okay, but why that water is not imparting any foam or leather with the soap is that the main reason, whatever that water containing salts, okay, some salts are responsible, whatever the salts which are dissolved in that water are responsible, okay, for the hardness of the water, right? Okay, now we can see that what is that what are the salts. Okay, so generally the hard water contains some salts, that is the water which contains dissolved salts of bicarbonates, right? What is the bicarbonate? Whatever the hydrogen carbonate and sulfates as well as the chlorides of calcium and magnesium is called as hard water. Okay, so simply you can say the salts, what salts are responsible, the salts are, it is a salts of calcium and magnesium. Okay, especially in that calcium salts of bicarbonate and sulfates and chlorides. Okay, that means calcium bicarbonate, calcium sulfate and calcium chloride. Similarly, the magnesium salts of magnesium bicarbonate and magnesium sulfate and magnesium chloride. Okay, so these salts are responsible for the hard water. Okay, so that means if suppose any water, if these salts are present and that water does not impart any leather with the soap, okay, so then that water you can say that it is a hard water. Okay, if any water, if doesn't have these many salts, easily that can give the leather, that imparts the leather with the soap. Okay, so those water you can say it as a soft water, right? Okay, so now you are clear, right? So soft water is free from bicarbonates and sulfates and chlorides of the calcium and magnesium. Okay, if these salts are there, you can say that is a hard water. If those salts are not there, easily simply you can say that that is a soft water. Okay, and it produces whatever that soft water, it produces leather with the soap solution. Okay, so example, you see the distilled water or rainwater. Okay, so simply use the distilled water and your normal groundwater. Okay, so generally the distilled water produces more leather with the soap, and whereas your groundwater doesn't give that much of leather with the soap, because your groundwater contains some amount of salts of calcium and magnesium. Okay, and not that all the salts of calcium and magnesium, it is only specific to the calcium magnesium salts of bicarbonate, sulfates and chlorides. Okay, right. So these hard water generally form some scum or precipitate with the soap. Okay, so that means whenever you are washing the clothes, you can identify that, right? When you use the soap, you can see a small particles like uh, precipitate particles. Okay, and those particles are nothing but some salts. Those are some salts, okay, that contains the hard water. Okay, or else you can also see, and nowadays everyone using the distilled water only, but earlier when you store that water in a vessel, so what will happen after 1 or 2 days, you can see a nice formation of some some scum. Okay, that means downside there is a very hard white precipitate in that vessel. Okay, సో ఇంట్లో మనకి నార్మల్గా బిందెలు ఉంటాయి కదా, దాంట్లో వాటర్ స్టోర్ చేసినప్పుడు చూడండి, డౌన్ సైడ్ దెర్ ఈజ్ ఏ ఫార్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఏ వైట్ హార్డ్ సబ్స్టాన్స్. Okay, so those hard substances are nothing but that hard water, that salts which are dissolved into the water. Okay, right. So this is about the hard and soft water. This is about hard and soft water. But before going to that, what is the soap? First of all, you should know what is the soap. Okay, so what is the soap? The soap is nothing but it is a some salts of a long chain carboxylic acid. That is, soap contains the some sodium stearate. Okay, what is the stearic? Stearic acid is nothing but this is the stearic acid, C17H35COOH. Okay, so this is nothing but a stearic acid, and when you react with the sodium hydroxide, and that is the acid and this is the base, so finally it forms a salty type material, that is COONA minus, and this is a salt, and it is a type of, this is nothing but a soap. Okay, and don't assume that it is a salt, because of this long chain hydrocarbon, it has a very nice what is that, soapy nature. Okay, right, it is nothing but a soap. What is this? Sodium stearate. Okay, so how it cleans the cloths is that how it will remove that whatever that oil which are there on your cloths is that these long chain hydrocarbon, it is generally a non-polar nature, and these long chain hydrocarbon removes the oils or something on your shades. Okay, because of the non-polaric nature, it absorbs the non-polar compounds. Okay, like oils and something whatever that are the your cloths. Okay, so this is all about a soap, right? And what will happen when that soap react with the hard water? When it is react with the hard water, what will happen is that, you know that soap is nothing but a sodium stearate, and this sodium stearate, when it is reacted with the hard water. Okay, what that hard water contains? Generally the hard water contains calcium and magnesium salts. Okay, calcium and magnesium salts. Okay, so that the soap react with the calcium plus 2 as well as the magnesium plus 2. Calcium plus 2 and magnesium plus 2. M plus 2 is nothing but it is either calcium 2 plus or magnesium 2 plus. Okay, and when it is reacted with the soap, what it forms? It forms a type of a magnesium stearate or calcium stearate. Okay, that replaces the sodium ions. It replaces the sodium ions, and it is a precipitate. It forms a kind of precipitate. Okay, so the soap, now this soap is not that much of good to give the leather. Okay, so here is also it is a precipitate, but it is not that effective with the sodium. Okay, so that is the reason why generally the water, the hard water, when it is used combined with the soap, these kind of precipitate forms, so that it cannot give any leather to the water or so foam to the water. Okay, right. Now again, so the hard water is again the hardness of water is again two types. Again two types. One is the temporary hardness. Temporary, the hardness is temporary, and another one is a permanent. So one is the temporary, another one is a permanent hardness. Okay, so now we can see that the difference between the temporary and permanent hardness of water. Okay, so generally in the temporary hardness, the temporary hardness is due to the presence of bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. Okay, so just now we have discussed, right, the salts. What are the salts? Calcium and magnesium salts of bicarbonates, sulfates and chlorides are the responsible for the hardness of water, right? Okay, and in that again the temporary hardness is due to the presence of bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium only. Okay, now come to the permanent, the remaining things, that is, it is due to the presence of chlorides and sulfates of the calcium and magnesium. Okay, so that means whatever these bicarbonates are responsible for the temporary, and remaining sulfates and chlorides gives the permanent hardness. Permanent. So generally these are this hardness is strong, right? Okay, temporary and permanent, right? Okay, now the hardness remove here, the temporary hardness removes little bit cheaply. Okay, you can remove the temporary hardness little bit cheaply. Okay, but when you come to the permanent hardness removal, it is little bit expensive compared to the temporary hardness removal, right? Okay, and what are the methods employed to remove the temporary hardness? Is that first method is the boiling method, another one is the Clark's method. First one is the simply boiling, and another one is the Clark's method, right? Okay, and next is that the methods used to remove the permanent hardness are, there are four types of methods. One is the Colgan method, ion exchange, first one is a treating with the washing soda, and second one is the Colgan method, and third one is the ion exchange method, and fourth one is the synthetic resin method. Okay, right. So first we can see that the removal of temporary hardness, then after we can go to the removal of permanent hardness. Okay, methods. So first the methods to remove the temporary hardness. Okay, what is the temporary hardness? It is due to the presence of bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. Bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. Okay, and the temporary hardness simply you can remove by boiling, simply by boiling method. Okay, and that is the reason people used to tell, right, you need to be boiled before taking some water, right? Okay, of course that is to kill the germs whatever that is present in the water, but along with that this is also be useful, right? It can remove some salts of temporary the salts of calcium and magnesium bicarbonates, right? Okay, okay, let it. And what is that method? The first method, boiling method. Okay, so during the boiling, the soluble magnesium bicarbonates is converted into the insoluble magnesium hydroxide and calcium in that the magnesium bicarbonate is converted into the magnesium hydroxide and the calcium bicarbonate is converted into the insoluble calcium carbonate. Okay, so that means when you boil that one, what will happen? Whatever the soluble salts, generally that will convert into the, if the magnesium bicarbonates convert into the magnesium hydroxides, calcium bicarbonates convert into the calcium carbonate. Okay, and these form a kind of precipitate, and that precipitates can be removed by the filtration method, simple filtration method, and now the water will become soft water. Okay, right? That simply I am telling that diagrammatically, if this is a water and in this it contains some magnesium bicarbonate and calcium bicarbonate. Okay, and what you are doing, simply you are heating this one, okay, and earlier these are soluble అంటే వాటర్ లో ఉన్నాయి అన్నమాట. మరి ఎలా రిమూవ్ చేస్తామంటే, when you heat that one, what will happen? When you heat this one, this magnesium hydroxide convert into a magnesium hydroxide. If the calcium bicarbonate convert into the calcium carbonate. Okay, and now these are the precipitates. Okay, and precipitate ఎలా ఉంటాయి, వాటర్ లోపల soluble అవుతాయా? No, these are insoluble. సో ఇవి ఇన్సాల్యుబుల్ కాబట్టి ఏంటి, ఈ ప్రెసిపిటేట్ని ఈజీగా వాటర్ నుంచి వెళ్ళి దే విల్ ఫిల్టర్. సో వెన్ యూ ఫిల్టర్ ద వాట్ ఎవర్ ద మెగ్నీషియం అండ్ కాల్షియం సాల్ట్స్ కెన్ బి రిమూవ్డ్, సో దట్ ద రిజల్టింగ్ వాటర్ దెన్ now you can say it as a soft water. Simply, that's it. Okay, yeah, but here the reactions are very very important. Okay, and nowadays some people they are also use some word, what is the softening of water. What is the softening of water? The softening of water is nothing but the process of removal of calcium and magnesium 2+ ions from water is nothing but a softening of water. Okay, sir, you got a doubt, right? Sir, you are removing only the calcium +2 and magnesium 2+, and what about the anions like bicarbonates and bicarbonate? Simply the bicarbonates also converting to the carbon dioxide, that will convert into the carbon dioxide. You see this reaction, the magnesium bicarbonate on heating it will convert into the magnesium hydroxide salt and liberates the carbon dioxide, and calcium bicarbonate on heating convert to the calcium carbonate salt and convert into the, it releases the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so there is no anions in this, right? Okay, so this is the one method to remove the temporary hardness, and the next method is that Clark method. It is a Clark's method. What is the Clark's method? Is that it is a name, and in this method they used little bit calculated amount of lime. What is the lime? The lime is nothing but calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is added to hard water, and now it precipitates out calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide, which can be filtered. Okay, so here what they are going to do is that to remove the calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate, they add again calcium hydroxide. Sir, the problem is coming from the calcium only, right? Why again they are adding the calcium hydroxide? Is that is the reason here he said calculated amount of. Okay, సో అలా కాకుండా మీరు ఎక్కువ యాడ్ చేశారనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఈ కాల్షియం ఉండిపోతుంది దాని లోపల, రైట్? ఓకే, సో దట్ దే మెన్షన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ లైమ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు యూస్, రైట్? ఓకే, సో when you add this calcium hydroxide, what will happen? The calcium bicarbonate, it will convert into the calcium carbonate. So earlier it is insoluble, now it is, earlier it is soluble and now it is insoluble precipitate. It is a precipitate. Okay, and now finally you can get 2 moles of water. So ikkada chudandi, now this calcium and this calcium both are converting to the calcium carbonate. Okay, so two calciums are converting to the calcium carbonate and it is getting precipitate. It is getting precipitate. Okay, so there is no further calcium in the water. And next, coming to the magnesium. So magnesium bicarbonate on reaction with the calcium hydroxide, it is converting to the magnesium hydroxide and calcium carbonate. Okay, so here calcium carbonate again a precipitate and magnesium hydroxide also a precipitate. So both are precipitate. Okay, this calcium also converting to the precipitate and this magnesium also converting into the precipitate. Okay, so overall it is forming some kind of insoluble precipitates. Okay, and now they will filter these precipitates and remove the calcium and magnesium salts, calcium and magnesium salts. Okay, and like this they can remove the temporary hardness of the water. Okay, what are the methods? Two methods, very important. The first one is the boiling method and second one is the Clark's method. And not only the methods, even the reactions also very important. The reactions also very important. And you see here everywhere in the both the reactions what is happening, magnesium bicarbonate converting into the magnesium hydroxide, calcium bicarbonate converting into the calcium carbonate. Okay, remember this, magnesium bicarbonate to magnesium hydroxide, whereas calcium bicarbonate to calcium carbonate. Okay, right, there is a difference in the calcium and magnesium salts. Okay, right.